my motto for 2025
Give it to me.
is if I offended you in 2024, you need to work on yourself so it doesn't happen again in 2025. Period. Because they're not used to people like you and I saying, I'm not going to stroke you a check.
No.
I've been trying to get in your office for over a year. You keep telling me, yeah. And then when time comes, it's, oh, I need to cancel, or, oh, I don't have time,
and
right?
then it's like, oh, well, hey, we're throwing this event. Great. What do you need from me? Well, we need breakfast for 300 people. We need this, we need that, and we need that. Welcome to Stop Whining About Real Estate. Join us as we chat, sip, banter, and wine with the best in the biz. Grab a glass of your favorite vino, sit back, relax, and let's wine together. Welcome to Stop Whining About Real Estate. My name is Sarah Biernbaum, your host, and I am here with my guest today and friend, Jameson Olsen. She is the National Director of Marketing and Business Development for All My Sons Moving. Welcome again, because this is your second time here.
Oh, I love being here.
I know, I'm so excited to be here. And today it's a girls' party, so it's just the two of us.
I am so excited Emmanuel's not joining us.
I can't wait till he hears that. He's going to be like, I'm never missing a show ever again. How have you been?
Good.
It's been the holidays.
It has been the holidays. December is always crazy because all of my markets have so many different things going on, Christmas parties, events, and then I have galas. And so it was a super busy time. Even over the holidays was super busy. So
yeah, I think the holidays is crazy for everybody in this industry, you specifically. So I know I'm very local, and there's a lot that goes on locally. You are national, so you have like states that you have to travel to. You get on a lot of planes all of the time.
All the time.
What would you say are like your top markets as far as nationally? Like, I know you spend a lot of time in Florida, but I know that you're also in other states.
My top markets would be Colorado, Texas, and Florida. Okay. Those are my top states, but then I work with all 93 locations and for what I do for the company. So another big thing in December is that we're the preferred mover of a lot of sports teams. Okay. And a lot of our football teams that we're the preferred mover for made bowl games. So even over the holidays, I'm coordinating with the
events
moving.
Still.
Yeah, events still, but football. Like, so I'm still coordinating with the football equipment people at CU, at SMU, so it's just, they're very, I mean, you can imagine Coach Prime, like, you have to be on point. So.
Yeah. I just saw recently on social media, you are moving the Dallas Cowboys suites.
Yes. So in January of last year, of 2024, we did 66 of their suites. We did the north end of the stadium. Okay. And they renovated them, demoed them.
Again? Didn't they just build that stadium?
Yeah. And then next week, actually, starting on Monday, Monday through Friday, we're going to be moving 101 of their suites, including Jerry Jones's suite.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No pressure. We took out extra insurance.
I bet you did. That's awesome, though. Yeah. That's like great exposure. That's amazing. Would you say a lot of the business that you do is sports related? Outside
of real estate, yes.
Okay.
I move during free agency for football. It's crazy for me. Okay. Right before hockey season, it's crazy for me. I get, especially during free agency, right after the draft happens. I mean, I'm getting calls. I'm in Vegas, and I'm getting calls at like midnight in Vegas from the East Coast agent saying he has the #1 draft pick that needs moved out of his college, place of living, and down to Florida. And
it's got to happen fast.
It has to happen in 2 days.
Yeah, you're like, okay, got it.
One eyed open on the strip.
You're like, I need to step away for a second.
I'm like, no problem. Can I call you in the morning? Yeah. So no, it gets very, very busy for me.
That's awesome though. I think there's like, I always love the fact that our jobs, and as business development, and of course more locally, I love that most days don't look the same.
Right.
And you kind of have these little buckets that you play in. And so you've got sports, and you've got different teams, and you've got different states, and you've got agents, and you've got offices, like actual real estate offices that you do work in. So everything kind of looks a little bit different, and it keeps it fun. And I think for people that have probably ADHD like I do, like that is very, very perfect for us, because the same thing all day, every day would get extremely
bored. Yeah, I would get bored.
Yeah.
I get that itch.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm happy that you're here this week, because we got to like squeeze you in and get you here.
You and I are getting together twice
this week, and I'll see you at the event on
Friday.
Friday.
You'll see me at the installation. Yes.
So we are kicking off. For those that don't know, Jameson and I are both affiliates at Our World, which is the Realtor Association for Broward, Palm Beach, and St. Lucie County. We're the third largest in the country.
Yes.
I think we have like 43,000 agents that are members, along with a ton of affiliates, her being the moving affiliate, me being a lender affiliate. And that's kind of how we met. And there's the big installation on Friday where they install all of the positions for the year. And it's, I think, probably the biggest party of the year, the kickoff for the year.
I think it's a kickoff. I don't think it's the biggggest party, but it's the kickoff.
Okay, what do you think is the biggest party?
I mean, there's some bangers throughout the year. I can't.
Got it. So one thing that we touched on the show last time was you were kind of the pioneer, mover and shaker, if you will, of the involvement with the ability for affiliates to be able to move about within the association and kind of have a little bit more of a fair playing field as far as getting involved, committees, and being a part of things. Because to be able to be involved and build those relationships with the agents is the reason why we're there. And I think, being there and caring and being a part of things with them goes a long way. And so, me being much newer than you are in the association, I am able to do a lot of the things that I do because of what you've been able to do. So I thank you for that. And I know that we touched a lot on that last time we were here. You're a part of associations in a lot of different states. So there's a lot of realtor associations that you're a part of.
Correct.
Are they all the same? Are they similar?
No, they're not all the same because the industry, real estate in each state is different. In each city is different, right? In Texas, it's a lot different how realtors are involved in the Texas Real Estate Associations.
Okay.
It's not as dominant like it is here in Florida.
Okay.
So in Texas and in Colorado, I do a lot of things outside of association involvement. My bigger events don't have anything to do with realtor associations.
Okay.
Strictly because just it's not as much of something that is important for realtors to be a part of, I think, as it is here in the state of Florida. It's a really big deal to be a part of your local board. Yeah. And in just some other states, it's not the same.
Got it. So you kind of play each state, each location based off of what it is. And then you have your relationships outside of the association and you do events and parties and stuff like that. Yep. You are the event queen, I will say.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Because you throw really amazing events. Your name is on and attached to most events. And I just think, when people think Jameson or All My Sons, I think they think events, fun,
experiences,
yes. The ice cubes and the thing. It's like, it's a whole feeling. It's a whole thing.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. And I think in 2025, my game plan is to bring a lot of what I do in the different states to Florida. I've been so focused on the association and supporting the associations, which I still will do. But you will see a lot of events in 2025 that won't be through the association. Okay. It'll be things that are, for example, I can't do a ski train in Florida, but in Colorado, I'm doing a ski train in February with a title company where we're renting out an entire train to go through the mountains. And its final stop is at a ski resort. We'll ski, we'll get back on the train, we'll drink, we'll go home.
You'll probably ski all day.
Right, exactly. So you're going to see a lot more events geared towards Florida, but a lot more events like that.
I love that. I think we do a mix of both here. I think I have involvement with agents and offices down here that don't really, it's not through the association. It's very much on its own. And they feel different and not good or bad or anything else, just different. And then there's stuff that we do through the association. We're, heavily involved. We are, a Diamond affiliate. And so there's things that we do within the association that I think goes a long way, but there's other things that I think are untapped that you can't just
the truth of the matter is that your top producers don't attend association events.
Right.
Your top producers, and you're laughing because it's true.
Right.
You're
they don't have time.
They don't have time. Why? Because they're doing 50 million by themselves.
Right.
Right. So they're not going to that mixer. They're not going to that class. Right.
No.
They're doing exactly what they need to do to keep their license, and they keep it pushing.
And they keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those, for me and you, I think that is a huge untapped market. That's why a lot of the events I'm going to be doing outside of the association are going to be invite only. They're not going to be open, to everybody. It's going to be
I selected you. I wanted you to be a part of this.
Right. And for those type of people to come, the event location needs to be
perfectly
a vibe.
Curated.
The decor needs to be a vibe.
Yeah.
Like the alcohol needs to be premium bar. I mean, that's just what it needs to be, and that's what I'm going to bring in 2025.
I love that. I think that that's super important sometimes because it's easy.
By the way, this pre-made martini is amazing.
Is it good? I haven't even tried it yet.
Good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
They were at our holiday party.
Which you missed. No, which I missed. I apologize.
Oh, those are good.
Right?
Yeah. They're the Kettle One espresso martinis. Pretty good, right?
That's what an espresso martini should look like. When I get espresso martini that's like milky,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, boo-boo, go back to bartending school.
So here's the deal. I kind of like mine with a touch of Bailey's, and I was a bartender, so I don't need to go back to bartending school. But I like mine lately with tequila.
Ooh. So I'm an asshole sober, so
that is a fact.
So I'm not allowed to be on tequila.
Yeah.
And literally it has to be in the comfort of someone's home, around people I like, that are not going to trigger me at all.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how I've become with Jameson. No joke. Because I drank a lot of it when I lived in Philly.
Yeah.
It's cold, and you drink a lot of it. And it was just like the shot. It was the go-to. So, like, there were days where we were, like, drinking shots of Jameson, and I was sipping on a double tall Jameson and ginger. Like, wow, that's a lot of Jameson. And
we're a little bit overwhelming. I know
got the Irish in me really rocking and rolling. And if you put me in a mood, woo,
that's just how it is.
Fire.
So tequila, yeah.
Does not make your pants come off.
Does not make my pants come off.
On fire.
Let's just make that clear right now. You want a panty dropper? Don't give me tequila.
I do like these though a lot. Okay, so let's get back to let's talk about partnerships, because a lot of what we do is partnerships.
Yes.
So our business model is go in, be a great partner, be a great supporter, be a great team member, do what you can to help them grow their business, be the best that they can be a supporter, and facilitate that however we can and however they need us to. And each partner, real estate agent, referral partner is different. But there's a lot that we give. Mm-hmm. And we go into it going, if I'm the best that I can be, they're going to send me all their business. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't always translate. And I think that there's a lot to be said about a partnership. And sure, we want something from them, but they also want something from us too. And we offer a lot and make, the hope is, their lives, their business
easier.
Super easy. They can trust us. We're on their team. And we make the transaction happen and make them look really great.
Correct.
Shine and get more referrals. And that's how we all win. So you have much more experience in this and the partnerships and developing it. And I'm sure the road, you went in starting a certain way, and you're now, how many years later?
11.
11 years later. And so you probably approach it totally different than you did
110%
in the very
different.
beginning. So talk to me about that.
My mentality now is I have no problem supporting with anything that they need. Any amount of money they need, supporting with whatever to make their event happen, to make their world turn. And that's just the fact. And I've made it very clear that if you want my support, if you want me to sponsor a charity event, if you want me to sponsor your Christmas party, an office, whatever the case is, I needed to be doing business with you. Mm-hmm. Right. And I think a lot of people think that just because they see me doing this or they see me doing that, they automatically are like, well, why not me? Well, the audacity of some of you it just goes through the roof. Right. Like, I thrive on giving experiences to my partners.
Yes. And I've seen it.
Because not only do I want to support them with their open houses, with their marketing, but I want to give them an experience because moving is an experience. I want to take them to Sweet Nights. I want to take them on cruises. I want to fly them to Dallas to go to a Cowboys game and be on the field. I want to give those experiences to people that help me grow my business because when they grow, I'm going to grow. Something that I always laugh at, and I've gotten a lot better at responding to.
There it is.
Are the ones that, yes, they are, it may be leadership in the association. They may be brokers that are involved in the association. But I don't care.
Right.
If you're not helping me grow, why do I want to spend $5,000 on your Christmas party?
Right. Just to say that I was there.
Just to say that I was there and telling me that, well, you get to network with over 300 agents, so I can find 300 agents to network without spending $5,000 too.
Right.
This is my favorite though. Obviously you've been to it, I throw an annual Christmas soiree, a holiday soiree.
Which is very nice and top notch, by the way.
I appreciate that.
I mean, it's at the Breakers.
We moved it from the Breakers because they were under construction and that's not my vibe, to the Brazilian Court. And I actually loved it so much better at the Brazilian Court. It was fantastic. And so I got a text from someone on our leadership in the association. And they were upset that I wasn't allowing them to come. And their exact text to me was, I've done more for you and all my sons moving in storage than people that were invited and people that will be sitting in that room.
Wow.
Do you want to know what my response was?
I can only imagine.
Let me read it to you. Let me read it to you because it took me about 10 minutes to facilitate this.
It would probably sound like something I would say before taking all of my Jameson.
This was my response. Now, professional Jameson was looking at hood Jameson being like, take a seat, let me take over, take a breath, right? So this is what I said. The fact of the matter is, everyone attending tonight has supported all my sons moving, and I can't say that about you. I have no referrals under your name, no data of referrals calling me saying you gave them my number. As far as introductions, yes, you introduced me to blank realtor. However, one introduction does not render an invite to my event. And I met blank through the board. So please explain to me how you've done more for me than people sitting in that room. I have several of AMS leaders who are coming from Dallas, and when blank said her +1 isn't coming, I chose to use that spot for another referral partner. And he said, thank you for sharing your perspective.
And there's that. So I'm going to let you digest that one for a second because I have so here's what I think it comes down to. I understand that we are looked at, all of us in the affiliate pool, as people that are there to spend money and time to get business. But at some point, the business has to actually come from the things that we are doing, or it no longer becomes what we want to do. And it's not even just a financial standpoint, it's a time standpoint. I learned probably much slower than you because I have this very annoying thing in me where I love to get the benefit of the doubt all of the time. And I probably give too much of the benefit of the doubt for too long and too many times. 2025, that is going to change because it just wears me out too much and I'm spread too thin.
You're tired.
And I'm tired. Last year beat me up in a lot of ways.
100%.
Professionally, personally, like I got beat and I was like, it's because I take too much and then just figure it out or fix it or think, I'll make this work. Let me just do this. And then I'll make this happen. And I think Emmanuel was really good at explaining this to me or just getting me to really understand this. He's like, it's not about, he loves saying stroke the check. It's not about stroking a check and paying for something, but it's also the time that you put in. So it's the time that you prepare. It's the time that you put in. It's the time that you're there. It's the time that you spend following up. It's like, it's all of the things that you do. And if it doesn't amount to business, what was the purpose of it? Just so you could say that you did it. So you have some pictures for social media. So your name was on a sign. Like at the end of the day, did that put money in your bank account? No. Okay. And he was very blunt about it. He's like, you need to start spending time with the people that are putting money in your bank account so you can take you and your kids 110%. On vacation. Done. And that was the end of it. And when you think about it that way, you're like, all right, so now I need to really pick and choose where I'm spending my money, spending my time, because that's as valuable or more valuable than money, and do the things that are going to actually reap the rewards. And it's partnership, loyalty, and revenue. Like it's easy. One of them you can measure. How much revenue am I going to make out of this? Like it's real simple. What are the dollars? It's black and white. The other part of it is like being an actual mutual partner. I'm doing all of this stuff for you. What are you in turn doing for me? If I ask you to introduce me to somebody because I've done a really good job by you, I would hope that that's a really easy ask. You know, like it's all of these little things that I think go into it that most don't understand. They just think it's a privilege for us to be asked to go do it.
The entitlement of some people,
that's what it is.
Is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
And my motto for 2025
give it to me
is if I offended you in 2024, you need to work on yourself so it doesn't happen again in 2025. Period. Because they're not used to people like you and I saying, I'm not going to stroke you a check. No. I've been trying to get in your office for over a year. You keep telling me, yeah. And then when time comes, it's, oh, I need to cancel, or, oh, I don't have time,
and
right?
Then it's like, oh, well, hey, we're throwing this event. Great. What do you need from me? Well, we need breakfast for 300 people. We need this, we need that, and we need that. Oh, okay.
Let me tell you what I need from you. Let me give you an example. I'm going to give you a bad example, and I'm going to give you a good example, right? Okay. I'm going to give you the good example first.
Some partnerships are really, really
100%. I had a meeting down in Miami yesterday, and it was amazing. It was in 11 years. It was the best partner meeting I've ever had.
Okay.
110%. It was a game changer for me because I've never actually had this happen. I go in always and I tell them this is the value that I can provide. And I've never, ever had anybody tell me value they're going to provide to me back. Mm-hmm. And this broker stepped in with his VP and said, let me show you the value we're going to provide to you.
Like tingling. You're just like
100, mind blown. He got on. He's like, this is how we provide data to our real estate agents. This is the data that we'll provide to you. This is the farming that we do. This is the farming we're going to include you on. This is mind blown.
Bringing you in like a true partner.
100%. Yeah. Mind blown. Oh, we have a mom and pop mover. When you come on board, we're not even going to promote them anymore. This is going to be a true partnership. And they said to me, true partnership. And mind blown.
Like, that's what we dream of.
That's what you dream of.
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, I took a lot of heat this past fall for not sponsoring the installation.
The one that's on Friday.
Yep. I have sponsored it the last 5 years. And if you looked the last 5 years, the person getting installed actually brought me into their office, has given me business, pushes all my sons. They have helped me grow, and I can provide black and white numbers to that data. So when I go back to my company, I know a lot of people think, Jameson just does what she does. When I have an ask that's a $10,000 ask or higher,
you have to talk to somebody.
I have to talk to somebody. Like, who do you think I am? Like, right. I mean, I'm pretty close to God at all my sons, but I'm not God. And the fact of the matter is, I could not go to them saying, can I have $10,000 to sponsor this installation? Because I had no black and white numbers.
Right.
And I took a lot of heat for that. And I had no problem taking that heat. Because when it comes down to it, that $10,000 comes out of the budget that I could be doing something else with.
Yeah, you could be throwing a private party with,
I could be taking a Batman limo to the installation instead of sponsoring it.
Now I know where that comes from.
But the fact, and that just is the name of the game, right? And I'm glad we're having this conversation because so many people are afraid to have this conversation.
Because they don't want to make anybody mad.
They don't want to make anybody mad.
And just in case there's somebody that does ask them for money that they're dying to spend money on, they don't want them to think that they're not going to give it to them. I did that in the beginning. I wanted everyone to like me. I wanted everybody to ask me to do everything. I know, it makes you cringe.
It makes me cringe.
Because I was new and nobody knew who I was. And I thought likable leads to eventual relationships lead to trust leads to business. And so that was the way my brain, I said in the beginning, I see you looking at me like that. That was the way that I thought, all right, let's go do this. Like I will go and be the person, I'll show up and I'll do all the things and eventually they'll give me business. Duh, right? No, that's not how it works. One, you need to out front ask. And two, become a little bit more bold and selective about where you're spending your time and your money because it's a privilege to have us show up and spend a check and do all the things. Like
100%.
You know, it's not to be. I had a meeting this morning. It's funny. It kind of popped up on my calendar out of nowhere, and it's with an office that we have been doing some work with, and I love this office. I walk in there. I feel like me and these people, we jive. A lot of times the newer people are like, oh, how long have you been here? And I'm like, no, I'm not an agent.
You just walk around like you own it.
But I just, when you feel comfortable somewhere, like you feel like you belong and you're a part of them. That's how I feel in this office. And I had a meeting about an event coming up, and the event is it's a banner of an event for them. And what they're asking for us is so minimal, but we've done so much with the office as far as going in and doing educational stuff and just being there and being supportive and extending ourselves to them.
That matters.
That they said, you know what, it would make sense to bring on several lenders for this with much more money involved. But because of the relationship that we've built with you guys in the last 2 years, we just want you guys there because we love what you've been doing with our office. That to me, I was like, so then I'm preparing myself for this money, the ask that they're going to have. And I'm expecting quite a bit of money for, it's a 2-day event. And when they told me the amount, I almost fell out of my chair. I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me I get 2 days in front of everybody. There's a couple thousand people that are going to be showing up there. A lot of these people that I've wanted to get in front of, I'm going to be the only person that does what we do there. And this is all I have to bring to you. And they're like, we really want to just continue what we've been doing, the momentum.
They're grateful.
And we want 2025 to come off with a great start with you guys. And I was floored. Not only that, but they thanked me for coming in. They love the fact that we want to be a part of it. I was like, we're a yes. Let me just figure out who I'm bringing. But yes. Mark me down for that one. Save it for me.
It still is like I'm always taken back still after doing this for so long when somebody pays for a meal. Or, you know what I mean? Like the little things, right? Like when a few years ago, I had a broker and his business partner pay for me to go to Tony Robbins down in Miami with them. And I was like,
what? You're like, me?
You're going to pay for me to go?
I'm not
with
paying
you
for the
and your
entire
realtors?
office?
Like, I'm not paying for your office to go?
Right.
And the same thing, and it's even more, I think, heartwarming when another affiliate does it. Right? Because I think it's so important to support each other. In Colorado, Chicago Title was like, hey, we're going to take a bunch of realtors that are top producers to Tom Ferry. Like, we'd love for you to come. Great. What kind of sponsorships do you need? Nothing. We just want you to be there. You've been such a great partner to us. And I was like,
almost like chokes you up.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to cry. Like, that's the nicest thing anybody's done for me.
But it's true.
It's true.
Because they're like, you know what? I see you. I see how hard you work. I see how much you're doing. I see how dedicated you are. You show up. You come. We always, our job is to show up, be positive, have smiles on our face, be innovative, be creative, think of different ways that we can get in front of people.
Be polite.
Think of different way we can be polite. Think of different way we can spark conversations, be interesting,
without being salesy.
Without being
talking
salesy,
about your
without
business.
being like, hey, give me business, but give me business. Fuck, man, it's exhausting. And so when they notice it, when they notice that you just show up and you're there and you're trying and you have effort and passion and you're dedicated to it, and they're like, let me take care of you for a change. You're just like, shit, thank you so much.
100%.
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, now what else can I do for you?
Right? But that makes you want to give more.
Oh, 100%.
Not without them even asking.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what do you need for your office?
I'm thinking about what I can do for this event to show them that I'm so appreciative, because I don't feel like we're giving enough, because it's just not what I'm used to.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that sad though?
Yeah.
Isn't that so sad?
I'm like, how else can I really show up? Because this is not enough what I'm giving.
I know.
Should I give you more?
Like, they're like, here, take this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and push comes to shove, it's a good feeling, but at the same time, you're like, well, fuck, what about everybody else? Like, why isn't everybody else seeing this?
Right.
But they are, but they're just greedy.
I don't know if everybody sees it. I think some people are just so used to.
They just think you should be doing it.
Yeah, and I also don't think that they actually think about it from this money comes from somewhere
Correct.
with like a little piece of weight on it that says, we're giving you this money because we're really expecting and hoping that this can turn this check and this participation into a partnership where we can be mutually beneficial here.
You know what's really funny is Monday I had somebody reach out to me and they said, Jameson, and this realtor has never given me one piece of business.
Well, that's my favorite.
Never. She said, Jameson, you told me a couple years ago that when I become president of blank de blank to reach out to you so you can get involved because you knew I would be the best for the job. And I said, well, I don't ever remember saying that, but go ahead. So, I mean, I definitely did not say that. I wouldn't, one, that doesn't even sound like me.
No,
number one. And number two, I don't even like you like that.
Here's my thing. I would do very horribly on the other side. I hate asking people for things when it comes to like money, favors, all kinds of stuff. I'll figure it out myself how to do it. It must take a certain special
type of human
to understand the play of this business, the tactic, right? If you want to call it that. I don't want to call it a game because there are real relationships that are built and made. Like, I love a lot of the people that I work with. Like, I genuinely love these people.
You're friends with them.
Yes.
It goes deeper than just a business relationship.
I know about their kids. I know about their family. I know what's going on in their life. Like, and I love that because it's a natural part of me and it makes perfect sense as to why I'm in this position. But you've never done business with me. You've never even, I understand not closing, but not even attempted to send a potential referral my way. You post on social media all of the other people that are in my world that you work with, but you'll call me asking me for top dollar sponsorship. I'm not sure why, because you think I have it like that, I guess, and it just doesn't mean anything to me. But like that takes balls.
Some of the things I experienced in December with a lot of the conversations I had, I could not come out and say things directly because I was, again, trying to be polite. And I'm at the point in my career where I don't ever want anyone to be like, well, this bitch here, like, right? But I am going to put them in their place and smack them in the face with my words professionally. But behind the scenes, I'm all over here like the balls on that dude, man. It must be hard for him to walk. Like,
I mean, I just think where was this thought about at all? Did you think before you picked up the phone and said, can you please sponsor my event for $5,000, even though I haven't sent you a penny at all, essentially? Where, I don't know, was there research done? Was I picked up at a hat? How about the people that you post with? Why aren't they doing it?
And I guarantee you they asked those people and they said no.
And they're like, okay, don't worry, we're friends. I'll still give you business. Let me go ask somebody else.
Correct.
100%, which is even more infuriating.
Correct. I actually had, when I first went to Denver, I had a mortgage company come up to me at an event and they said, did you tell my real estate agent to go find a new lender? I said, 110% I did.
Oh boy.
I said, I went to lunch with her and do you know what she told me? For as much business as she gives you, you've never sponsored one thing for her. And she doesn't know any better. She doesn't know any better.
Right,
you keep throwing RESPA in her face.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, well, that's a load of shit. And you need to find yourself a new lender that will support your business.
In Colorado.
100%. Choice mortgage, everybody. And what could he say to that?
Nothing.
He had nothing to say because it was factual. It was the truth. And he couldn't combat it with anything.
I
mean, he should have bought me a drink for giving him such great advice.
Here's the thing. Like, I know us just like I know you. If we're partners, we'll do anything.
Of course.
Like, we are here. You want sponsorship, you want a party, you want a thing, you want an event, you want a lunch and learn, you want education, you want, what do you need? Mm-hmm. Let's do this. And Emmanuel says, is it mutually beneficial? Like, and it has to be. And I don't mean it to sound all like business, but at the end of the day, it is business. Like we are in this to make money. I want to make money. I only make money when the deal's closed.
Correct.
I love the offer of the referral. You send all of the people over, but like I only get a check when the deal's closed. And that's how my livelihood comes. So like I'm doing the same thing as the agents are doing. It's all the same stuff. So it has to be mutual. It has to be, I'm happy to give. I'll give all of it. But you gotta meet me.
I think the moral of the story, which camera's on us right now? That one. I think the moral of the story from Sarah and I
is
that in 2025, don't ask us for money unless you can look yourself in the mirror and in your daily affirmation say, I am a good partner to Choice Mortgage. I am a good partner to All My Sons Moving in Storage.
Yeah.
I can now go and ask them for $5,000. If you can't look in the mirror and say that to yourself, please don't approach us. Call somebody else. In fact, can we put numbers of other people on the bottom of the screen? No? Okay. That was a good idea, though.
Emmanuel would be down with it, and then he would murder me. He'd be like, yeah, that's actually a good idea. No, don't do that.
Yeah, 2025 is going to be a game changer. 2025 is going to be a year with the industry changing. We have to change with it. We have to tighten up. We have to, every morning bring our game face to the table and for me, I've always been this type of person where I like ooze confidence. And,
yes.
I have made it so that when I leave the room, if you don't know who I am, I want people looking over and being like, who the fuck was that? Like, and they want to know who I was. That's the type of 2025 I want on steroids.
Yeah, I love that. My whole thing is I just need a little bit more streamline in my life. And I need things that are going to turn the numbers. I need rocket fuel to get it going.
100%.
Because that's the game this year. And if it's not for me, that's fine, but it's cut and move on.
And again, my motto for 2025 is that if I offended you in 2024, work on yourself, because in 2025 it's going to happen again if you come at me the way you did in 2024. If you approached me the way you did.
Well,
sorry, not sorry.
When did we meet? 2021?
2021, I think. Oh,
Thank
my God.
No, we did this once. We don't have to do it again. We don't have to do it again. It was the greatest day of your life.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so the other thing that I'm looking forward to, and we'll talk about this at lunch tomorrow, is your top markets are markets that I am going to now be in.
I love that. And by the way, I love that. But what I love even more is when Emmanuel gets excited about it, shutting him down right away.
Well, you have to.
Right? Like being like, really? Because I didn't know that. And if I don't know that, you clearly don't have a presence then. You're clearly not there. So,
correct. And he's going to say, well, that's Sarah's job.
When I walked in the office today, he's like, we're in Colorado. I was like, no, you're not. Yes, we are. I don't know it, then you aren't there.
Well, then Sarah didn't do her job enough.
And no, he said that, well, that's Sarah's job.
Yep, that's why we're having lunch this week. But we're going to talk because we're going to do some things. And I think, a little shift in focus for me personally is going to be building in those markets. And I'm very welcoming of a change, a shift, a little refresh. I could use it.
We should have All My Sons and Choice Mortgage go in on like a business apartment for us in Denver. And that way,
I am very down with that.
That way, it would save on hotels.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. We should almost buy something. We can mortgage it. We can Airbnb it when we're not there.
Of course.
So it will generate revenue for us while we're not there, and then just block out the times that we're there.
I tell you what, 2025 is going to be our year.
I really think that's a new business plan. Cheers to that. I love that. These are really good.
I do love that you're going to be in the markets that I'm dominant in.
Yeah.
I look forward to introducing you to people because I have that reputation of if I bring somebody under my wing, like you want to know them. And I'm super excited to do that in Texas and in Colorado and, wherever else I can help, build your brand.
Mexico?
My New Mexico, we do have an Albuquerque office, but we're not.
That's where we're going to be.
Yeah, we're not. We don't do a whole lot of grassroots in New Mexico.
New Hampshire?
No.
Boston?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's another one.
I know.
Okay.
I have some great offices. I support my offices outside of the markets that I'm really dominant in. I support them in their grassroots effort, not so much on the real estate side, but more on the charity side, the community event side.
Yeah, but that's important.
110%, like 110%. So, and I like to support them and get them what they need to stand out in a crowd. So,
beautiful.
You know, my Jacksonville office, for example, they were doing this night walk thing. So I got them the glowing sticks, like the big styrofoam things that glowed green with all my sons on them. And they were passing them out to all the kids. And literally every single photo, that was on a community board, everybody had all my son sticks.
And everybody's like, who's on my son?
100%. And then when other offices saw that, it made other offices with all my sons in different states want to do community events, which I think is even more fabulous. You guys
should do like one day a year. All of the markets do a night walk with the sticks and do like pick a charity or something and make it like the one night, like the 15th of October.
Right.
And just make it like all my sons, whatever charity night.
That's a good idea. That would take a lot of coordinating that I don't have time for. However, fabulous idea.
Fabulous. Now I sound like Emmanuel. He like concocts these ideas and then he's like, Sarah, go make it happen. And I'm like, I've never done that before. Let me figure it out. And then usually I go, Jameson, so I have to do this and I'm not really sure. Do you know, or have you ever done this before? You're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Do it.
Okay, great, break.
And I'm like, wait, okay, yeah, got it. All right. Okay, so to 2025, to an amazing year, to really loving on the partners that are true partners.
100%.
And being just really good to them. Looking for new partnerships that are willing to be true partners, because I love those words and I think that that's really important. And to the people that didn't do it right before,
maybe you can listen to this podcast.
Maybe rework it a little bit. And then there's always a second chance.
I live in the world of second chances and sometimes a third chance, not often, but sometimes. So the door is always open. Mm-hmm. The door is always open. Yeah. And
but like meet me in the middle.
Yeah, 100%.
That's where it's at. Meet me in the middle. Even if you haven't sent business, talk to me about how that's going to look once we start to do this, you know?
I had at my dinner in December, I had a person there who has given me a sporadic business, right? But at least 3 times a week, I have realtors who have never worked with me before call me and say, this person gave me your name and number because I have a customer who needs moving services. And that is just as gold to me than
everything.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I get it. No, I totally get it. All right, well, I love this. So if anybody wants to partner with you, that is going to be a true partner, what's the best way to get a hold of you? My cell phone,
561-578-3800. It is with me 24/7. So,
and she answers fast. She doesn't do pleasantries.
No, I don't.
If she needs something and she hasn't talked to you in a while, she might just text you, what is it? Da, 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 da. And you're like, oh, hey, da, 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 da. But she gets back to you fast.
I do. Pleasantries is not my strong suit. I know my strengths. That's not one of them.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you on Friday. I can't wait to see what you're wearing. Still working on it.
Still working on that. I ordered a dress that didn't arrive yet. It was a panty dropper, like 110%. And I was so
That's how I am with tequila.
I was so upset when I had to get on that plane and it was not in my suitcase and it's sitting at my door right now. So upset. And I'm like trying to get a hold of my neighbor and it not working. So I did bring a backup, which is nice. But I'm not excited about it. But I am gonna go shopping just to see if there's anything else out there that you know.
All right. Well, Friday, Batmobile, dress, event. It's gonna be great.
100%. I'm excited. Cheers.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, that's enough whining for one day. We are so happy that you could join us today on Stop Whining About Real Estate. So please, not only listen, but subscribe, follow us, download, share, and if you're feeling it, give us a 5-star review. Hey, and if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email stopwhining@choicemortgage.com. Thanks so much.